So three space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hello everybody and welcome to another gameplay of Super Jeopardy for the NES. Quarterfinals match, of course. We'll see if I can make it to the semifinals and then maybe to the finals for a chance at $250,000. And during the commercial break, we picked up Daniel Monahan.
What's up, Doc?
Let's play Jeopardy!
Let's play Jeopardy!
And here's the 6 categories. They are the Wild West, presidential nicknames, games, coffee, wind words, when in quotation marks, and finally foreign words. I'll make do with these categories, and I'd like to start things off with something I like to drink every morning. Coffee for 200.
For 200 points, the answer is...
Maxwell House's slogan is good to this. What is the last drop?
Correct.
I'll take a coffee for 400, please.
For 100 points, the answer is...
Nation that consumes about 1/3 of all coffee grown. What is... What is Brazil? No.
Incorrect.
I don't know. Michael. The USA. Oh, the good old USA. Oh well. Games for 200.
For 200 points, the answer is...
The number opposite 2 on a die. What is 5? Out of the hole. Games for 400.
For 100 points, the answer is...
He takes a wife, who takes a nurse, who takes a child, etc. Who is the farmer in the dell? Games for 600, please.
For 600 points, the answer is...
It's the largest bill in Monopoly. What is $500? Yep.
Correct.
Games for 800.
For 800 points, the answer is...
Daily double. I'll do all 1,000. The end person on this team, called an anchor, really pulls his weight. What is... let's say... tug of war. Woo!
Correct.
Games for 1,000.
For 1,000 points, the answer is...
What you have in bridge when you have a card with no card... What you have in bridge when you have a hand with no cards in one suit. Wendy. It's a void. $1,000 points for Wendy. Just half of what I have, and we go to the next clue. Coffee for 600.
For 600 points, the answer is
The leading coffee-growing country in North America. What is... Mexico? No. Oh, it is Mexico. Okay, good. I was thinking Guatemala. Coffee 800.
800 points, the answer is
Whole coffee beans lose about 1/6 of their weight during this process. Michael. Right now, Ben, we're currently doing Super Jeopardy on my side, and it's what is roasting. But did you want to film something after I'm done? Coffee for 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
It is believed coffee originated on this continent. What is Africa? Because I think it originated in Ethiopia.
Oh, we're playing Super Jeopardy with your host, Wayne Michael Dale.
That's right, Jay. Foreign words, 200.
200 points, the answer is
French for in the fashion, or American for French vanilla on mom's apple pie. What is a la mode? Apple
Pie
pie.
a la mode with ice cream.
Yeah.
correct.
Let's take foreign words for 400, please.
For 100 points, the answer is
A 50s musical or a Turkish word for fate. Wendy. She doesn't know.
You fail.
Miserably.
incorrect.
Hey, Ben. If he's still there. I think he stepped away. Karen.
Probably.
Kismet. Oh, okay. Karen's finally on the board for the first time this game. And here we go. Next clue. Foreign word, 600.
For 600 points, the answer is
This Spanish phrase means see you. What is adios? No. No. What is hasta la vista? There we go. Foreign words for 800.
for 800 points, the answer is
Two-word Latin term for an irrational sequence of words or ideas. Karen. She doesn't know.
incorrect.
I'm sorry, Karen. You're in the hole and you fail.
Yes.
Wendy. It is non sequitur. Presidential nicknames for 200.
For 200 points, the answer is
The great emancipator. Who is, Lincoln. Abe Lincoln.
Yes.
What was that?
Well, that was my portable Blu-ray zipper.
Okay. Presidential nicknames 400.
the answer is
The great communicator.
Oh, the great community.
Well, Karen buzzed in.
Oh,
Ronald Reagan.
that's right. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
So she's out of the hole, and we go to the next clue. Foreign words, 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
German term for a double or unearthly second self who haunts his human twin. I think I know. Wendy. Oh, she doesn't.
What do you think it is?
I think it's a poltergeist.
Incorrect.
Will you risk it?
Just to be safe, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. But is the answer poltergeist?
Well, Karen's gonna try it. It's a doppelganger, so I would have been wrong.
Alright.
Alright, good move on my part. Next clue. Windwards, 200.
For 200 points, the answer is
It's also called the trachea. What is a windpipe? Uh-huh. Windwards, 400.
for 100 points, the answer is
This knot is usually wider than the four in hand. Wendy. It's the Windsor. Presidential nickname 600.
for 600 points, the answer is
Old Tippecanoe. Who is John Tyler?
Oh, I think I know this.
Is it John Tyler? I think it's John.
No, it's William Henry Harrison.
Are you sure? Alright, I'll try William Henry Harrison. I'll try it. William Henry Harrison. I'll try it. Thank you. Presidential nickname is 800.
for 800 points, the answer is
Old Rough and Ready.
Oh,
I think it's Theodore Roosevelt.
I think so too.
So that's what I'm going with. Who is Theodore Roosevelt?
Teddy.
No, it's not Teddy Roosevelt. Crap. Wendy. Zachary Taylor.
Oh, Zachary Taylor, that's right.
So Wendy doubles her points and takes second place, but she trails me by 3,000. Presidential nickname's 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
Old Buck.
Old Buck.
Yep.
The only person
Michael.
I know that has to do with Bucks is Harry S. Truman, but I'm not 100% sure.
It was James Buchanan.
Oh, Buck. You see.
Yep. That's alright. Go on to the next one. Well, the Wild West 200.
for 200 points, the answer is
She was probably the most famous female sharpshooter who ever lived. Who is Annie Oakley? The Wild West 400.
for 100 points, the answer is
Last name of the man who died poor trying to reclaim his mill, which was overrun by miners. Karen. Sutter. Karen is still in last place. Windwards for 600.
for 600 points, the answer is
The tractor that conveys the Saturn rockets at Cape Canaveral was the largest set of these squeegees. Karen. Windshield wipers. Oh yeah.
correct.
Now Karen is in third place. Windwards 800.
For 800 points, the answer is
President Carter proposed that oil companies pay taxes on these. I have a hunch, but I don't know.
Don't buzz in if you don't know.
Windfall profits, and that wasn't my guess.
What was your guess?
Windmills.
Okay.
Oh well. Go again, Michael. The Wild West 600.
For 600 points, the answer is
Cowboy accessory whose pointed rowels made beautiful music. If I were to guess, I'd say what are boots? Spurs. Okay. I would have been wrong. Windwards, 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
The British call them wind cheaters. Karen. Windbreakers. Didn't know that one. But Karen ties Michael for second place at 3,000 points apiece, and we have 2 clues left. Wild West 800.
for 800 points, the answer is
Order of missionaries who established most of America's missions. Wendy. The Franciscans. Now the last clue.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
Called the Napoleon of the West, he led the charge of the Alamo on the Alamo. Wendy. Santa Anna. So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I have 4,800, Wendy 3,400, Karen and Michael are tied at 3,000 apiece. Double Jeopardy.
Let's play Double Jeopardy.
3, 2, 1, 1.
Mythical Creatures. Sudden Death. 1972. Rock and Roll. Pop music, and finally, the 50s.
Go. 0, 5.
3. You should to point O. It's 0.
1972 for 500.
The answer is
The building complex where James McCord and his cohorts were caught. What is Watergate? Leroy Jenkins. Take 1972 for 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
Olympic city in which 11 Israeli athletes were killed. What is Munich?
correct.
I'll take 1972 for 1,500.
For 1,500 points, the answer is
This G-man became the first civil servant to lie in state in the capital. If I were to guess, I have a guess, but I'm not sure. Karen. J. Edgar Hoover, and that was my guess. Oh well. But let's keep going. Can't stop now. Mythical Creatures 500.
for 500 points, the answer is
The ASPCA said this Barnum and Bailey creature is a goat with its horns moved. What is a unicorn with its horn moved? What is a unicorn? Mythical Creatures for 1,000.
for
1,500, I guess.
points, the answer is
Eternal bird of life that rises from its own ashes and is reborn. What is a... what is the phoenix? Now give me the 1,000-point clue.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
Though clever as trickery, these Irish fairies never lie. Oh. Michael. Leprechauns. Oh. I knew that. Dee-da-dee-da. The 50's 500.
for 500 points, the answer is
You wore them to watch the Deepies. What are 3D glasses? The 50's for 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
In 1952 and 53, this TV series won the highest Nielsen rating ever for a season. What is I Love Lucy? The 50s for 1500.
For 1,500 points, the answer is
The famous mountain climber who spent 1957 and 1958 crossing Antarctica. Wendy. Edmund Hillary. Oh, yeah. So Wendy got that one right, and she has half of what I have. Mythical Creatures 2000.
for 2,000 points, the answer is
Renowned for courage, these beasts are part eagle and part lion. What are griffins? Yep. Mythical Creatures for 2,500.
for 2,500 points, the answer is
Medieval alchemists named for the lovely Lady Moon. Karen.
Who's Morgan Le Fay?
No, it's Luna.
Oh, Luna.
Luna, uh-huh. Taking Karen into second place now at 7,000 points, but we go on. 1972 for 2,000.
for 2,000 points, the answer is
She exploded her glamorous image by becoming the Kansas City Bomber. Wendy. And she doesn't know.
Here's a fail.
Miserably.
incorrect.
Are you ready yet? Just so I can get redneck spanked. Miserably.
That's it.
Ow. Michael. Raquel Welch. Wow. That's Clue. 1972 for 2,500.
For 2,500 points, the answer is
After Tom Eagleton was rejected as George McGovern's vice presidential running mate, this man ran. Wendy. Sergeant Shriver. Rock and roll for 500.
for 500 points, the answer is
This word follows Righteous, Doobie, and Everly. What is brothers? Rock and roll for 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
He wrote Peter and Gordon's hit World Without Love with Paul McCartney. Michael. John Lennon, and that was my guess. Tied with Karen right now. Sudden death 500.
for 500 points, the answer is
Sailors, not monkeys, fear this watery place. What is Davy Jones's locker? Sudden death for 1,000.
for 1,000 points, the answer is
Daily double. I'll try for all of it. Their Book of the Dead had hints for passing the test of Osiris, god of the underworld. Who were the Egyptians? Woo!
correct.
Yay!
Sudden death for 1,500.
For 1,500 points, the answer is
Appropriate personification of death that came to take Cyrus McCormick in 1884. It's the Grim Reaper, and that was kind of my guess, but that's okay. Wendy got that one. Alright, but we're going on. Sudden death 2,000.
for 2,000 points, the answer is
Well-named newspaper office where reporters would find file information for an obituary. Wendy. It is the morgue. Oh yeah.
correct.
As she tries to get closer to my score, but she's not anywhere close right now. Pop music for 500.
For 500 points, the answer is...
Oh, she got the other daily double. Uh-oh. And she's going 6,900. Here's the clue. This divine singer used to be Jinx in the movies, but later became Stella or Bette Midler. Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Correct.
She has 15,800. She doesn't trail me by all that much. But here we go. Let's keep going. Pop music 1,000.
For 1,000 points, the answer
okay.
is...
Daryl Hall was the H in the album H2O, and this man was the O. Who was John Oates? Daryl Hall, John Oates. Hall and Oates. There we go. Pop music for 1,500.
For 1,500 points,
Still time.
the answer is...
The sister group that jumped in 1984 and did the Neutron Dance in 1985. Who are the Pointer Sisters? Yeah, I believe the Pointer Sisters did Jump, and then they did I'm So Excited. Not too much later than that. Woo!
Correct.
Pop music for 2,000.
For 2,000 points, the answer is...
The new wave band that drove through Heartbeat City to the top of the charts. Karen. All I have to do is just try to keep Wendy at bay. And it's the Cars. Oh yeah. 9,000 points for Karen. And we have 7 clues left. Pop music 2,500.
For 2,500 points, the answer is...
The Commodore's Night Shift was a tribute to Jackie Wilson and the soul singer who was killed in 1984. Michael. Marvin Gaye. Oh yeah. Putting Michael at 9,500 points and in 3rd place. 6 clues left. The 50s for 2,000.
For 2,000 points, the answer is...
The clergyman who rose to fame by pushing the power of positive thinking in 1952. Who was, Peale. Norman Vincent Peale, yeah. The 50s for 2,500.
For 2,500 points, the answer is...
In the 1950s, it became the first atomic sub launched and the first to sail under the North Pole. Michael. You locked Wendy out. It's the Nautilus. Okay. 4 clues left. All I have to do is just try to keep Wendy at bay. Rock and roll for 1,500.
For 1,500 points,
okay.
The answer is...
This Bill Haley classic has sold over 20 million singles. What is Rock Around the Clock? And this will, I believe... This will, I believe, would double what, Wendy has. Yep, I have double what Wendy has, so I need at least one more clue. Rock and Roll 2000.
The answer is...
Rob Royer, David Gates, and James Griffin made a lot of dough as this 70s group, who are bred, and that will put me at a runaway.
Correct.
2,500, Rock and Roll.
For 2,500 points, the answer is...
She liked to spend midnight at the Oasis. Oh. Karen. Alright. It's Maria Muldaur. All that has to happen now is, as long as Wendy does not buzz in on the next clue, then I'm scot-free. I'm scot-free. All she has to do is not buzz in.
500 points, the answer is...
The death of this pair was just the beginning of their life with Topper. Okay, Karen buzzed in. If she gets this right, I'm home free. And it's George and Marion Kirby. So, here's where we stand. I have 33,600. Karen has 14,000. Michael 12,000. Wendy 15,800. It's a runaway game.
Let's play Final Jeopardy.
And our category for Final Jeopardy is U.S. presidents. How much am I going to wager? I'm going to wager nothing. As a result of the 20th Amendment, his second inauguration was the first to be held January 20th. not March 4th. Okay, I'm gonna give this one a shot. I'm gonna go with who is Woodrow Wilson, but whether I'm right or wrong, it does not matter. Because it is a runaway game, and I'm going to the semifinals no matter what. And Karen's going all in, Wendy went all in, and I have a feeling that Michael is also gonna go all in. And I'm right. Bless you.
Ouch.
Let's take a look at the final answer. The final result. It is Franklin Roosevelt, but that is okay. Let's see how everybody did. Michael. He goes to 24,000 points. Karen goes to 28,000 points. Wendy goes to 31,600 points, and I stay where I'm at. As a result, I'm going to the semifinals, baby. Karen, Michael, and Wendy all end up with $5,000, but I'm going to the semifinals. See you all for that next video coming soon, everybody.